All right. Heidi ho, guys. Tonight, the contemplative thought. Why is nutrition a little overwhelming? Or actually a lot overwhelming? There is so much information out there. And oftentimes, what you read or hear one place is contradicted with something you get from a friend, a podcast, an article, an expert, the news. You want to Hey, Lauren, girl. Thanks so much for being on. You want to make sure your family is set up as best as possible with their health. But there are 497 billion cajillion supplements and products out there. What does everyone actually need? What do you look for when purchasing? Where is the best source? There are so many questions. So, um, I'm Dr. Mark, tuning in with you tonight for our Healthy Happy Home series, where tonight we are talking about essential nutrients. So, if you know who I am, cool. You can just snooze during this next 2 minutes. If you are new to our page or haven't been in the office yet, hi, I'm Markel. I go by Mark. I am a pediatric prenatal and family chiropractor here at Healing Touch Chiropractic, one of 3 that we have. Between us, we have a combined total of over 30 years of taking care of families. Myself, I have done hundreds of hours of postgraduate training, research, education into all things health and wellness for kids and for families. On the slide, the CACCP, it is a 200-hour comprehensive program designed to up-level chiropractors, adjusting techniques, assessment, and evaluation in multiple stages of development. So we're talking pregnancy to birth, infancy to childhood, the whole smorgasbord. It is the professional accomplishment that I am easily the most proud of. I also have 2 kiddos and a new husband at home. Those are the personal accomplishments I am the most proud of. But that also means that I have experimented with the concepts we talk about during Healthy Happy Homes, and I apply them within my own home. Okay. My passion and my purpose truly is to share the hope and expectancy of a radiantly beautiful life, especially as it relates to family health. So last segment, we actually talked about summer products that I encouraged you to consider limiting or ditching from your family. Hey Cal, happy to see you, girl. If you missed that workshop, this QR code, scan it with your phone. It'll actually take you right to it. You can get all caught up. This go round, we'll be discussing what nutrients might be worth making their way onto your shopping list and into your home. So first and foremost, it is imperative that I emphasize our very strong shared viewpoint on supplements here at Healing Touch Chiropractic. So they are not a replacement for doing the work. And the work being exactly what's listed on that slide: eating real foods, drinking water, getting adjusted, resting, moving your body, making sure you're watching what's coming in your mind, truly taking control of all facets of your life. If your primary concern is to avoid osteoporosis, it is not just supplementing for bone health. On the contrary, there is 360 degrees to consider. So, like, how much acidity are you bringing into your body with food and drinks? If you are chugging coffee all day long, your body will actually leach minerals from your bones in order to buffer that acidity. So the work, what we just talked about, it comes with a level of personal awareness and commitment, which is why so many people end up chasing symptoms or lab values, because it's a lot of work. People end up dosing calcium for bone health, melatonin for sleep, B vitamins for energy, iron for blood building. I mean, on and on and on. Or people say the heck with it and not doing anything at all, which that isn't cool either, because all that being said, it is no secret that our soil, and therefore the food that we get from it, has become less nutrient dense over time. the booming of modern intense farming practices, air pollution, climate change, it all contributes, and not in an awesome way. We're digging ourselves a hole here. So during World War II, it was decided that we needed to devise a plan to keep our armed forces from falling sick or ill should the food supply waver. Okay, so they said we needed to fortify our diet, which is where the supplement industry was born to bridge that potential gap. Now, also at this time, we were using nitrogen and phosphorus and potassium to create ammunition. So chemical and drug companies had ample access to those substances, and decided, hey, these might make cheap fertilizer. And they were right. The bugaboo is that it basically made traditional organic farming very uneconomical and less desirable, right? So by the time the 1960s really solidified, the majority of American farmers were completely reliant on nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus fertilizers. So America could feed the world, they said, but our soil took a hit because of it, and our food along with it. Now, the USDA actually did a study in 1995. They examined the nutrient profiles of our produce. And we're talking like fresh foods here. We're not talking frozen or canned. They said, to reproduce the study every 5 years. And I actually remember learning this in elementary school. So in our gym doubled as a cafeteria, which I believe is the case with most public schools. And the floor tiles had, the basketball court, the badminton court. They also had a shuffleball court, which, if I'm remembering correctly, is a triangle. The food pyramid used to be a thing. I don't even know what they are talking about now for food recommendations, but it used to be a triangle. We used our shuffleboard tiles to talk about the food pyramid. In 1995, they said that we needed 5 to 9 servings of fruits and vegetables in order to get the needed nutrients for the day, okay? So I think what most people forgot then and continue to forget, that those recommended daily allowances, those RDAs, are really recommendations to maintain minimal health. It's basically to prevent disease. So if you want to experience optimal health or improve your health, you are going to need to go above and beyond. But anyways, so 1995, they said you need 5 to 9 servings of fruits and veggies. They said they would repeat the study again 5 years. They actually did it 2002, 2 years late. But are there any guesses how many servings of fruits and vegetables they found to be the nutritional equivalent of that 5 to 9? Anyone want to play? Have a guess? So they found in 2002. 6. 10. Higher. 17 to 28 servings of fruits and vegetables they found in 2002. And that was 22 years ago, y'all. So can you imagine if they were to repeat that study today? All we'd get done is walk around eating broccoli, and we would probably still fall short. So it is suffice to say, the fruits and vegetables that were grown decades ago were much richer in nutrients, in vitamins, and right, it blows your mind, Doc Lauren. Like, oh my gosh. So foods decades ago were so much richer in vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need. Excuse me. Are there exceptions to this? Of course. If you are growing your own food or getting your produce from someone that you trust, chances are your food probably carries a better nutritional punch. Even so, it's pretty safe to say that all people should be taking a few choice nutritional supplements. So we have actually narrowed it down to 5. Fishy first, or rather, I should say fish oil, or rather omega-3 essential fatty acids. So I'm just going to call them omega-3s, but truly they are essential fatty acids. They are extremely important for every single cell in your body. The structure and function of your cells is what determines your health, okay? So as you can see on this page, we are talking about immune system, how your body heals, your hormones, your heart, cholesterol levels, your blood pressure, your digestion, your moods. Literally, the health and function of your cells determines every single aspect of your health, because the trillions of cells in your body, every one of them needs these omega-3s. And not only that, those omega-3s are actually precursors to your hormones. So when we say on this slide here that they play a role in hormone levels, they play a super huge role in your hormone levels. If you want balanced hormones, omega-3s need to be something that you're adding to your diet. If we're going to be talking about vitamins, we cannot overlook vitamin D. So most often it's categorized as a vitamin. This is actually incorrect. Vitamins can't be made by our bodies. Vitamin D, however, is a steroid hormone. We can create vitamin D in our bodies. Using sunlight, we convert cholesterol derivatives once in the liver and then again in the kidneys. But vitamin D is super important for proteins and enzymes, healthy bone development, cell growth, your immune system. I don't need to read this to you. Many cells have vitamin D receptors, and many genes are actually influenced by the action of vitamin D. In fact, it has been estimated that the human genome has got 2,700 binding sites for vitamin D. This makes it a big deal, folks, a very big deal, especially here in North Dakota, where we have 3 months of sunshine, and then the rest of the time, some of us spend it holed up inside. Okay. Up next, we are talking about probiotics. So probiotics are species of health-promoting bacteria that we need for healthy digestion and assimilation of our food, and to provide immune defense against certain viruses, bacteria, fungi. Research has actually found the total number of bacteria living in a healthy human. Does anyone want to guess how many times more bacteria there is than human cells in our bodies? I wasn't actually going to do this, but because people are interacting, I was like, oh, this sounds like fun. You're a good sport, girl. Research has found total number of bacteria living in the healthy adult human, 10 times more bacteria than we have human cells. How wild is that? We are literally more bacteria than human. So a healthy intestinal tract has got 2 pounds of bacteria hanging out. So most of these organisms are neutral or health promoting, but some have the potential to cause some problems, like Salmonella, E. coli. In order to be healthy and maintain a nice homeostatic balance, you need sufficient numbers of what they call the good and the bad bacteria, right? Enter in probiotics. So iodine is going to be up next on our list. So iodine is a precursor to thyroid hormone. Every single cell, muscle, and organ in your body requires thyroid hormone in order to function properly. Therefore, maintaining sufficient iodine intake is extremely important, as this is going to affect all of those functions that we've got listed here on this slide. So your thyroid gland is going to be unable to make appropriate levels of T3, T4 if you have inadequate iodine intake. So supplementing this is a must. And no, taking Morton's salt, I don't even know if Morton's is the correct brand anymore. The little shaker, the blue thing, the girls in, I can picture her, the yellow slicker, the umbrella, that's not a good option. So they actually, in the 1920s, started adding iodine to our salt. They were hoping to curb the onset of goiter, intellectual disability, stunted growth. But salt that's iodized is actually not that bioavailable. The iodine is not that bioavailable compared to other sources. Add to the fact that most iodized salt is refined. So they add chemicals to it to remove some things and add in not good things. So truly, it's garbage. A much better option for you would be like a Himalayan or a Celtic salt. Redmond is a good brand. There are many, but those are just some options for you. Going back to supplementing the iodine. little bit of a rabbit hole, sorry. Nascent iodine is actually what you want to supplement. It is literally the form of iodine that our body uses. So you ingest it, there's no need to convert it to anything, it right away puts it to use. Now, keep in mind, if you have a thyroid issue and are taking a medication, you don't want to buddy these up. Like, take your thyroid med in the morning, take your iodine in the evening, or vice versa, okay? And then in order to properly convert iodine into thyroid hormone, you need adequate selenium. And not only that, selenium is a powerful antioxidant that has to come from your diet again. And the enzymes have huge benefit in helping to remove toxic elements. So it has earned our 5th spot as a nutrient that we would recommend. Now, some considerations with these 5, and really with any supplement product that you want to take. First of all, greenwashing. Do you know what this is? Is this term on your radar at all? So it is very similar to brainwashing. Oh shoot, my little guy kind of covers that. Okay, well, down in the left corner, overlaid the video, it says non-toxic. But very similar to brainwashing, greenwashing relates to the use of words that you see here on this page: all natural, healthy, sustainable, paleo-friendly, non-GMO, to deceive customers into believing that a company or a particular product is clean, is natural, is better. So there's actually no legal definition or standard for any of these words. Businesses are therefore free to use them however they want, which is going to give people a false sense of security and safety and trust, like they can depend on these companies and products, when sometimes you can't. You'll notice even the word organic is on this page. You know, I'm a big proponent of eating whole, raw, organic foods. Unless organic is followed by certified by the USDA or certified organic by some third party, unfortunately, even the word organic does not carry a standard. So I am a diehard movie quoter, and it makes me think, if you know the movie Tommy Boy, the scene where Tommy is trying to persuade the potential buyer into using the Callahan auto parts again. And the guy is super hesitant because the competitor's products have a warranty. And Tommy's thought process is, well, what's the use of a warranty if you have a good product? Wouldn't you only need a product for something that's junk? It's kind of the gist of the scene. So if you don't know the movie, I don't know if we can be friends, okay? I can't help you, but that's what I thought of. So not every company has safety and health in mind. Did you know that the supplement industry is not actually regulated by the FDA? It's true. This is why third-party testing is so stinking important. So third-party testing is when a company decides to send samples of their products to another party, and they pay them, and that third party tests them, their products for potency, for accuracy, looks for heavy metals and for bacteria and for molds. There was a New York Times study done years ago, and it looked at various supplements that you could find in big box stores. And what it found was 4 out of 5 products that you could find in these stores did not actually contain the active ingredients listed on the box. What they found instead was rice, was houseplants. Some of the substances could be dangerous if a person had like allergies or experienced allergic reactions. So it's not very often that I put any stock into the opinions and findings from New York Times. This time I agree wholeheartedly. All right. So add to the list. Many nutrients come in a variety of forms, like magnesium, for example. Magnesium citrate often aids in constipation. Glycinate sometimes calms the nervous system. Malate sometimes helps relieve chronic pain. And there are many, many forms of magnesium. And what's more, not every supplement on the market is going to be the most bioavailable and bioactive form of a particular nutrient. You might be taking something, but not able to actually absorb it properly, or it might not be potent enough to even cause a reaction to happen internally, which means you're just going to have very expensive pee, even if you are taking a less expensive product that you find, say, at the grocery store. Vitamin D is a good example of this. So vitamin D2 is it's widely available and it's less expensive than vitamin D. However, vitamin D3 is produced in our skin after exposure to ultraviolet B light. So D3 only becomes biologically active after those two conversions in the liver and in the kidneys. So vitamin D, in its biologically active, is the most potent steroid hormone in our physiology when we're starting with D3. Also important, you want your supplements like you want your food, whole and raw. So problem is most dietary supplement brands contain nutrients sourced from cheap synthetic materials. Now, these companies would like to have you believe that their chemical nutrients are just as good as their natural counterparts. Just some common sense and a growing body of research is going to tell you otherwise. Study that looked at synthetic vitamin E versus its natural cousin. The synthetic was excreted. The natural was absorbed 2 times more than the synthetic version. Looking at a different study, vitamin B12, the natural, I keep getting these mixed up, guys. What's going on? The synthetic form of B12 was excreted 3 times more than its natural form. So you can typically decipher a whole foods based supplement just by turning the bottle around and reading the label. If it says whole foods based supplement, then tells you where each nutrient comes from: iodine from kelp, omega-3 blend from algae, vitamin C from cherry, you are good to go. So we get questions all the time from patients, from Joe Blow at the grocery store when they find out that I'm a chiropractor, in regards to if a certain supplement is a good quality, if a person should be taking it. In all honesty, I don't know. We don't know if the random brand of probiotics is any good. There are so many products on the market now. And what I do know is that the products that we carry here in the office have been vetted and are ones we personally use and recommend. So what I would do if I were you and what I do myself is exactly what I'm proposing here on the slide. I call Ghostbusters. Just kidding, but I do call. Every supplement should have a contact number. If not on the bottle, then head to the old World Wide Web, look up the company. There should be a number on there. Literally call them up and ask them these questions in regards to their safety practices, in regards to their third-party testing. Ask them about the form of the nutrient and its bioavailability. Ask them about the source of the nutrient and the fillers in it. This does not require a rocket science degree, people. It requires a little bit of time for sure. But I have faith. I know you can do it. So per Google, the definition of supplement is something that completes or enhances something else when added to it, which is exactly how we are recommending you use these 5 products: the omega-3 essential fatty acids, the vitamin D, probiotics, the iodine, selenium, to complement a diverse, healthy diet and lifestyle. So does anybody have any questions that I can ask here on our live format? And I shouldn't just say on live format. If you were catching this replay and have a question pop in your head, like, by all means, shoot us a message. We will be happy to help as best as we are able. We don't necessarily know it all. We just pretend to. No, I'm joking. We will help you find an answer. Obviously, tonight you found us on Facebook. We are also on Instagram. If you are there, give us a like, follow our page for all things healing touch, education, inspiration, goings on, what have you. Or if your family is ready to schedule your initial new patient visits, take out your phone, scan this QR code. It'll actually start walking you through the process. We would love to find out how we can take care of your family. And then lastly, mark your calendars, because the next leg of our Healthy Happy Home series will have a dual, or will be dual in nature. Dr. Tiff is actually going to be talking about heading back to school with our teenage age kiddos on August 8th. And then August 22nd, I'll be talking about what the transition means and what it looks like in younger age, in families with younger kids. So until then, here is to you and your healthy, happy homes. Much love, everybody.